So some of the boys might have been a bit tired, but we can't really blame them. A new album, an upcoming tour and an X Factor appearance means the Sligo lads have never been busier. But hey, when we were given an access all areas pass behind the scenes for the latest photoshoot for RSVP magazine, we weren't going to say no.
We've been interested in Westlife for a long time, and we're lucky to get them now, and I think it's an upbeat, it's a good story, it's a wonderful end to the year, and we're just delighted to have them, and we think it's a great positive story of a positive Irish band. They're great guys and they're getting better and better.
So how does it feel to photograph one of Ireland's most successful exports?
Well, I'm a little bit nervous, I have to say, you know. I mean, I would be a mega fan of Westlife, so it's a little bit daunting having to photograph them now.
They're well used to being in front of the camera, so Jenny's aiming to get some really original shots.
I would always sort of Google, especially well-known faces, just before I photograph them, just to make sure that I'm not doing something they've done before. I like to try and do something a little bit different.
Top stylist Lisa Fitzpatrick was on hand to make sure the boys were looking their best.
Well, they have their own personal stylist, Michelle, who's absolutely dynamite and knows the boys inside out. So I'm more like her assistant today, really. We've got all the clothes from Brown Thomas and they're absolutely gorgeous and the boys are loving them, so that's great. The leather jackets are gorgeous, the t-shirts, we've done some overcoats, we've done some wax finished jeans, nice Chelsea boots, some nice biker boots, really slick looks now, so they look the business.
And after a bit of gentle persuasion,
Can we have like a happy smile?
Shane cracks a smile and Jenny gets the shots she's after.
Smiling boys, just even for one or two.
So after 11 years in the music industry, what is the secret to Westlife's success?
I mean, it really is a phenomenon. Over 10 years in the music industry, I knew I was actually at the very first audition that the lads did for their record companies, and Louis told me at the time, he said, oh look, if we can get 2 or 3 years out of this, we'll be doing very well. To be, I think, in their 11th year now is absolutely phenomenal. But you know something, the key is very simple. You know, good songs, good fan base, live touring every year. They're very hard workers, and that's why they're around. That's why we're still interested in them in the tabloids.
With the big Take That Robbie reunion, we can't help but speculate about Brian McFadden.
I don't think Westlife need Brian McFadden back. You know, they're doing completely fine without him. I talk to Brian quite often. I talk to the Westlife boys almost on a weekly basis. I don't think there's any real desire for it. I don't think there's any point. So, yes, it would grab headlines, but what would be the point of it? You know, I think, you know, Shane Filan's the lead singer, Mark was always the second main singer. They don't need this extra person to come in and rock the boat. They're doing very well, thank you very much, without you, Brian.
We have to agree with you on that one, Paul. The Westlife photoshoot appears in the Christmas edition of RSVP.